Hello folks, right, I'm just going to get into it. Sorry for the daft face there at the beginning, but never mind. I'm not going to start waffling on about all this and all that. I'm just going to get straight into the build. So here, I'm actually working out two projects. So the top project here is going to be on a future video. I was going to try and put it onto this video, but with the project I've got, what you'll see at the end, I'd only had time really to do the bottom project, what I'm sketching out here. It's just a rough idea in my head. Got a few ideas. Now, if you're like me, obviously I'm a furniture man on my antiques and stuff like that, but I always get my inspiration from the old time sort of furniture. And one of the things that's always intrigued me is like oriental, Chinese, Japanese furniture, how them guys sort of made stuff. You got the English and British stuff, which is absolutely amazing, but you know, sometimes the Japanese and Oriental furniture is just on a different level altogether. So I'm going to do a little bit of something where I just try, although I'm a beginner, hobbyist, amateur woodworker, and I'm using pine. I'm using 8x1 or 1x8, and I'm using 2x4s for this in pine, so it's soft wood, it's not hardwood. So this is the dimensions for something I want to do there, but forget that, it was the bottom bit. So I'm just sort of like going to cut my wood here. Always be careful around power tools, that kind of stuff. You've heard everybody tell you that, but you're not stupid. Just be safe, yeah. So yeah, I'm sort of fascinated with this style of furniture. So I'm going to try and make it, and I'm going to put it down in a video, and let me know at the end what you think, and be as critical as you want with me. But bear in mind, I'm just a hobbyist, sort of just like everybody else in the garages and sheds out there. But I just like trying to push things and getting things done. So I hope this sort of inspires a few of you to have a go at things that you may think that's a bit out of your reach to do. But have a go at it. Does it really matter if you make mistakes? No, it doesn't, to be honest. And all the top woodworkers will tell you that they all make mistakes. And what I'm finding with me woodworking, which I really am enjoying, it's like an addiction to me, is it's not just about the finished piece and perfection all the time. It's about a process of getting everything right. So what every project I'm doing, there's a process. Take your time. I mean, for me on these videos, it's a bit hard to take my time because I'm trying to produce a video, but I'm still managing to do it, and the process that goes along with it, and I'm always learning. Now on this project, I've learned from all my past projects on the mistakes. I've picked up on that, and I've bettered this project. Whether you like it in the end or not, you know, everybody's got individual taste. So I'm just marking out here the wood, which this is 8x1 or 1x8, you guys in the States say. We over here say 8x1. It doesn't really matter what comes out my mouth, does it really? You know what it is. And I'm doing everything in metric here, but you can do it in inches, that kind of stuff. Now, the dimensions of this project I will put into the description, but as I always say, you can make these to your own taste and size. Now, you will have to make them to your own sizes, because for where they're going to go, the items they're going to go against, every size is different, so you will make them. So this is one of the main things I've learned, is laying out properly. So I've marked off where I'm cutting a thing in. Now this is going to be sort of 30 by a 30 top. So the 8x1s that obviously don't come in there. So I'm laying it out, but what I'm doing is laying out for what's going to be the base of the item. So I'm laying it out on the top now, and I'm just, so like that's there going to be my little board and my overhang, what's going to sort of be my overhang sort of thing. So it's just a layout, and it's something I've learned, and I'm taking my time. I'm not rushing. I picked up, you've probably seen the other video where I did a little video tool review on these little Japanese tools here, these rulers and trimiter squares and that. They're really good. That there is just it's a step up, and you can, when you've got things like this, you can tell it's a step up from what you've been using. You know, I know times are tough for everybody. These are not too expensive, so any tools or anything I can find out there and I can share them with you that's cost effective and really good quality, I will do. I'm using this now to square everything up, so making sure even though I've got this saw is ultra square and precise, I always like checking it. So I'm just going in here at 15 centimeters to make them two tops the same size. I'm just running it through with me homemade push blocker made out of some 2x4s, 4x2s. It's starting to tongue twist me, that 4x2s and 2x4s and whatever. So like I say in every video, let me know where you're all from, what your recent projects are. I'm always wanting to know, and if there's any tips and comments you can give my subscribers on this channel and in the comment section, please do, because, or any tips and tricks that, you know, if you see anything I'm doing wrong, put them in the comments, because other viewers will see that. And this channel is about learning and enjoyment, and that's what it's all about, and getting people off the backsides into the garages, into the sheds, who have got a passion for woodworking and doing it, and stop procrastinating on the settee and the couch and eating chocolate all day. Get out and get something done. So anyway, I'm just going in here, just take it nice and easy. With woodworking, I don't know what it is, but it's just highly addictive. So these are going to be my sides, sort of like I forget what you call the actual term for it. It will come to me. I am actually fully awake while I'm doing this, editing this voiceover today. So, you know, I'm sort of all with it. Normally I do the voiceovers in the morning, and it's like, oh, if I've not had 5 cups of coffee for a start, I'm no good, trust me. So just going in here with a little punch just to mark them holes. Now, a lot of you are seeing I like doing sort of, I'm developing this like little trademark 3-hole thing I do on my bits of furniture that I make. And it's not always going to be furniture that I make. I'm going to make useful things, decorative things, all that kind of stuff. And I can't wait to sort of like progress. It's like, I don't know, it's like a burning desire in me to get things better. And I watch some YouTubers, mainly YouTubers, because that's the only place where you can find them now. And some makers are absolutely amazing. There's loads to choose from, but one I've been watching at the moment is a guy in the States. He's called Weber, Weber Workshops. If you want to get inspired to be an absolutely top class maker, go and watch that guy. He doesn't know I'm saying this. I don't know him. I've never spoke to him before in my life. But I've been watching his videos, and they are super addictive to watch. And the amount of little tips and tricks I've sort of picked up from that guy, above anybody else really, has been something else, honestly. And that's something I aspire to be as good as that. I'll probably never be as good as that guy, because he's top draw. Go and watch his videos. So I invested in a cordless jigsaw. Everybody knows that the cords were getting in my way, everything. So I'm just doing bits at a time. As and when I can afford new tools, I will do. So I sold a few old tools, saved up, and that's how I do it with my tools. So I have got a new router as well, a cordless router, but I didn't get it out the box on this video. I already had the roundover bit in this, but you know, this will get sold, this little router, or I'll donate it to a man's shed or something like that. So again, I can't help picking these Japanese tools up. I don't know what it is. They're just really good and really accurate. They make you want to be more accurate, if that makes sense to you. I don't know if that sort of resonates with you, but they make you want to be more accurate, certain tools, don't they? So I am going to be making a tapering jig at some point. I've got my match fit system. I got that. It got sent from the States. I bought it through Amazon, but it got sent from the States, and it took a while to get here. It's just some clamps and a router bit, but I will be making the match fit system clamping thing to make jigs and stuff. So I'm just rounding over these, which are going to be the legs. Now you're probably sort of half guessing what I'm making, but what I am making is 2 end tables, sofa tables, and you can put them next to a chair, but the sort of oriental-inspired sort of Japanese style with a top that looks like it's floating. So you'll see in the end, just keep watching, whether I've sort of got the look off. The process, what I'm doing here, I'm going to keep going back to this word, process. The process here is about learning things, and obviously there's the aesthetic thing with that process. So at the end, if I'm getting near to what I want it to be, I know going forward with practice I'm going to make them amazing. Now all these processes at the minute, I'm using pine, scrap wood, all that kind of stuff, but sometime in the future I want to be using some bits of hardwood. Now I know hardwood is really expensive at the moment, so I won't be doing, because I'm not going to waste it. You know, I ain't got sort of money to burn, and I'm not going to sort of like go out, spend loads of money on top quality hardwood only to maybe make a load of mistakes. So I'd rather get all my processes and all my learning done with soft wood, and that's why I'm using pine on everything. I'll use pallet wood, and I'll start using some scrap wood and all this kind of stuff. So anyway, this is the pocket holes. There's different methods of joinery to do these, but I chose pocket holes because I just wanted to be safe. I wanted to practice my pocket holes. I'm still not 100% with my pocket holes, and I just wanted more practice. So this is why I'm using pocket holes here. At some point I'm going to be trying mortise and tenon joints and all that fancy stuff that I haven't even tried yet, but for now let's get the basics right and let's do it right. So we're starting with the basics. Not pocket holes are easy, but some people make it look really easy. Some people take to them like ducks to water, but you've got to go through it and learn. So I'm using the 3M Cuberton paper here. This paper here, everybody knows I had a bit of a dig at it when I first started using it, and I made the mistake of not using it right. So a viewer did comment in and say that to me, and since I tried out his recommendation, I've got to say this paper is amazing. This is 150 grit I'm using here. I don't know what it is. It just does something more to the wood than normal sandpaper. And I don't mean just taking off. I mean the finish it leaves. It just leaves it really smooth and different from every other sandpaper. So here she is, and she's going over with the stains. Now Shelley's going to be doing a few projects in the future, so look out for those. I will advertise them. She wants to have a go. As you've all seen, she's been using a few of my tools, and she's took on board what some people have said about when she was using the table saw on one of the other videos. People saying about you know, a jumper in her hair and all that kind of stuff, and wearing gloves around a table saw. So, you know, we've took that on board, and thank you very much for the viewers that have commented, because, you know, it's all about safety at the end of the day. So just going on, this is the Morel spirit-based stain. She's using, it's going to be two-tone this. So this is a Jacobean, I think it is, but just look how easy that goes on. And look how it brings that grain up. Don't forget, this is pine. This is only pine, and look at that. I mean, that top could have done with a bit more finishing, to be perfectly honest with you. I don't mean what Shelley's doing. I mean me sanding. I could have made it a little bit better. So, handy little tool, Milescraft sand plane. And I'm just going to denib everything, because I don't know what it is, but with this project, it just felt after the staining, the grain was raised quite a lot. So I'm just going to go over it and just denib it just very slightly. I could have used a finer grit than this, to be perfectly honest with you, but this worked out fine. I'm just going over everything with it. I just want it silky smooth. That's my aim here. This is one of the things I want to start improving, is the overall finish of things. And you know what? It doesn't take much more time, really, does it? You know, a couple of minutes just doing this, and it's just works. So this is the first coat of hard wax oil. Now, the weather in the UK is really cold, so things like the hard wax oil, stains, all that kind of stuff. Paints, if you started doing painting furniture, Shelley will be doing some painted stuff at some point as well. It just take a long time to sort of dry, so you just bear that in mind when the weather's cold. So I'm just marking out here. Now, this first mark was wrong, and I picked up on it straight away. I've gone to 5 there where I should have gone to 1, and this was all about the top. But I do go back in there and mark it at 1. I mark it at 5 here, then realise that I've actually done this wrong. It should have been sort of, it's hard to explain, but the other way round. But I get to it quick. Here he is, checking everybody. He won't come out in the cold, look at him. He's thinking about it.
Too cold. You come in.
This time of year, you just find Stanley in front of the log burner. That's where you find him. So I'm just clamping up here to get the pocket holes right. Now, the sides are okay doing this, but when I'm putting the other 2 sides together, it was a bit of a nightmare. I had to sort of like have about 10 hands, but I managed to get round it with a bit of thought. I ended up using a ratcheting screwdriver and not my power drill, whatever. I'm just going in just gingerly with these. Another thing, I'm a bit heavy-handed, so I've just got to be really careful how I do this. One of the tips I did pick up on YouTube was use trigger pulsing to do these. Apparently it's better, and my talk's about on number 4 or 5 there. So here I'm using the ratcheting screwdriver. I put the top on here, but I did do it on the two sides. I couldn't get my drill in. Oh, bit of scrap brown paper. I just keep that to one side. All that mess is going, don't you worry about that. Just scrumple it up and give them a good wipe over, and it just works. Another tip I picked up from a YouTube channel I watch, Steve Ramsey. I've seen this, but then since then, it's like anything. There's a lot more. Here they are, like Japanese sort of floating top style tables, end tables. Let me know in the comments what you think of these. I love them. I do. I really do love them. Shelley loves them, and guess what? She's claimed them. But I will put these on the website, and I can make them to order for people if they want them. But yeah, I think I've nailed it. I've nailed that sort of oriental look. Let me know what you think. I've put my trademark there. I've learnt a lot from this process, and I just like them. Let me know, and don't forget to subscribe to my channel. That's the main thing. I don't drink, by the way. I don't know why they're on top. I collect whiskey. So I've got Japanese whiskey there. That's in my collection. But anyway, let me know. Thanks for watching. See you on the next one.